This is shifting, working on third position for cello. So in our packet, we're gonna work on just where to set our fingers and playing through number 1, 2, and 3. So I am playing on my home cello. Sorry, I don't have any tapes. I'll do my best to show you where things are on your cello. So to find third position, we would set all 4 of our fingers down in first position. Where my 4th finger is, I'm just gonna replace with my 1st finger. So your 4th finger tape on your cello, you're now gonna put your 1st finger there. Make sure when you shift, you keep your hand shape the same. That elbow stays up, your thumb moves behind where your 2nd finger would go, and you keep your hand rounded so that you'll be able to place your fingertips correctly, and you will be able to play very clearly. So I'm gonna play through number 1. Number 1 is just moving from E to G. So we start in first position so that you can get it in your ear. And then on that 2nd line, we're gonna start shifting from first position E to third position. So instead of playing your 4th finger, you're just gonna shift and put your 1st finger there. So number 1. Back to first position. Shift up. So the goal is to play this exercise until you can get that 1st finger in tune on the shift up to 3rd and back to 1st, so that you're creating some muscle memory for the shift, and it'll make it easier to move on to the next one. So in number 2, we are now going to add our next finger. So we were playing E to G. So I'm going to move my 1st finger up to 3rd position, replacing my 4th finger with 1. And now for A, I'm going to let my 2nd and 3rd fingers just fall in place, no stretching. So most of you have a tape, which we would shift up to for like 4th position, or just in a position it's past the G, it's for A. And that is where your 3rd finger is gonna fall, and 2nd finger just falls in the space between. So for this exercise, we're shifting from E to G, and then adding that 3rd finger for the A. Shift back, and then shift back up. So repeat this exercise as many times as you need to make sure you're playing in tune and you're just getting those correct finger patterns. These like repetitive notes are just training your brain to read these notes in position. So then finally, we're gonna move on to number 3. So now we're gonna add one more note. So again, I'm gonna replace my 1st finger with my 4th finger with my 1st finger, up in 3rd position, so 1st finger's on G. I set my 3rd finger down with 2 right behind it, so that's for the A. And now I'm gonna add my 4th finger. So right here, playing 1, 3, 4, that 4th finger is gonna be my B flat. So we're not stretching at all here, everything just lays in place. And this one just does a lot of switching and skipping between those 3 notes in position, again, just so you learn to read these notes really well in 3rd. the end that you play an F natural, not an F sharp, because if you check your key signature, we have a flat and there are no sharps. So just take your time playing through each of these 3 exercises until you feel like you can play through in tune and at a steady pace without stopping.